Hi everyone. My name is Katie and I'm here today to discuss the benefits of using cloth nappies and the intro guide and how to use them. In my adult life, I've always looked at ways to reduce waste in my daily life, and when I was pregnant on my son, who's now a year old, I was really keen to look at alternatives to disposable nappies, and I have the pleasure of speaking to you today about what I've learnt along the way. Just for context, I'm just going to present some figures that highlight the impact of using disposable nappies. So 1.2 million, that's the estimated number of disposable nappies going to landfill daily in Ireland. 5,000 is the number of disposable nappies that you could estimate a child will use from birth to toilet training. 500 years is the estimated time it takes for a disposable nappy to degenerate, dependent on environmental conditions. And it can cost up to €1,500 for disposable nappies per child. So all these figures just really highlight the cost of disposable nappies, both to the environment and to your pocket. What's our solution? Of course, so my talk is just about how cloth nappies are a sustainable, economical and healthy choice for babies. Of course, with cloth nappies being reusable, we have far less waste going to landfill. There's reduced transport emissions associated with them as well. There's less water consumption and even washing cloth nappies compared to the manufacture of disposable ones. Of course, our emissions with cloth nappies are very much dependent on the methods that we use to wash them. So, of course, using maybe a more energy efficient machine, making sure the load is full, and line drying can be ways that we can further reduce our impact when we use them. I've skipped a slide there. I double clicked. Scroll back, sorry. There we go, thank you. So again, cloth nappies can really save you money. There is a bit more of an upfront cost. It's estimated you might need about 24, but that will take you through to toilet training, and these can cost about €300 new, but you can purchase these second-hand as well, further saving on the costs. You save significantly, of course, on bin charges, and they are size adjustable, so they do grow with your baby, and of course they can be passed on to future siblings, to cousins, or donated to someone else in the community. So it really does save a lot of money. And again, just for baby, you have breathable fabrics that are soft and gentle on their skin. There's no chemicals or gels, and if I haven't sold you on them yet, they're very cute with lots of really nice colourful patterns and designs. So traditionally you would think of cloth nappies with the safety pin and with folding and maybe a bit more complicated to use, but the modern cloth nappy is really easy to use, but of course is washable. So there's a cloth inner layer and then an outer water resistant layer, and again you can there are a range of designs you can use dependent on your needs. So it really is there's a lot out there, and a lot of improvements have been made. So you can further tailor it to the child, again mostly with the boosters you might put into it, and this slide just shows that the different natural fibres have different qualities in terms of capacity and speed of absorption, so you can kind of tailor it to your child. You can also add in a liner which can help with some of the mess. They are biodegradable and they could be reused if they weren't soiled. So again, just different ways that you can tailor it to your needs. So again, probably people's main concern about cloth nappies is what to do with them and the washing of them, but it really is quite straightforward. If your child has been weaned onto solids, you would remove the solids just into the toilet. They're placed in a dry pail until you have enough to wash. You put them on a rinse cycle first, and then for the main load you can add in your other household items to those. They can be washed at 40 degrees with bio-detergent or 60 degrees with non-bio. And of course you can air dry those. In the winter months I tend to use a dehumidifier, which is more cost effective to run, and it uses less emissions than, say, a tumble dryer. So it really is quite straightforward once you set up your dry pail. And again, just kind of addressing some of those common concerns that come up for people. So we've kind of addressed some of these already, but obviously the mess is what people might be worried about. We spoke about the liners that can be used as one way to tackle this. Leaks, as happen even with disposable nappies, it can often be an issue with fit. And again, I have some really helpful resources to help guide fitting the nappy to your baby. If you're out and about, there are reusable sacks with a zip that I would just put the nappy into to bring home for washing later. And if you're concerned about any kind of extra time it takes, I find I'm washing so much with a little one anyway, so it's just an extra couple of loads a week, but I find that's kind of needed anyway, and I can add in my other items to be washed once the initial rinse cycle has happened. And I think the main question for people is which type to choose. So the Cloth Nappy Library of Ireland comes in really handy here. It's an Irish non-profit organisation, and they provide a loan service to parents where you can try a range of different types of nappies before you make that first investment. A local loan can start from as little as €20, and they provide really helpful support and resources in helping you navigate cloth nappies. So I have lots of information at my information stall if you want to come and have a look at that later, and their website is there as well. My take-home messages for today: hopefully I've shown that nappies are a sustainable and economical choice. There's lots of different designs to meet your baby's needs. I think number one is that you don't have to be perfect. If you think of even swapping out one disposable nappy per day to a cloth nappy, that would be $365 a year saved from landfill. You don't have to do it exclusively, but it's all our small changes collectively over time really do make a big difference. Thank you so much for listening, and feel free to come and speak to me at the stall later if you have any questions. Thank you.